RV Educational Institutions, Sivananda Sarma, Memorial RV College, video lectures and ISR initiative. SSMRV College, one of the premier institutions run by the prestigious RV group of institutions, has come up with a unique initiative to engage students at the time of this unforeseen medical emergency caused by corona outbreak. As a socially responsible institution, we would like to connect academically with students to make good the losses caused. In this connection, I, Lavanya Aran of Department of Commerce, has posted a video on the subject Management Accounting and the topic Ratio Analysis. Please watch the video till the end and like, share with your peer groups and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. We will understand the computation of current ratio. The current ratio will express the relationship between current assets and current liabilities, and it will determine the short-term solvency position of a concern. From the balance sheet data, you are required to calculate current ratio. The formula for calculating current ratio is current assets by current liabilities. Identify the current assets from the balance sheet. Sundry debtors, stock, cash, prepaid insurance are current assets. Add all the items of current assets. Then the current assets are 48,000. Likewise, identify current liabilities from the balance sheet. Sundry creditors, taxation provision are current liabilities. Add all the items of current liabilities. Then the total is 48,000. Substitute the information in the given formula. Simplify it. Then the ratio is expressed in proportion. The answer is 1:1. From the balance sheet, you are required to calculate current ratio and quick ratio. These two ratios are commonly used ratios and it will be used to determine the short-term solvency position of a concern. Solvency position in the sense you can know the financial position of a concern by computing current ratio and quick ratio. From the balance sheet, you have to identify the current assets and current liabilities. The current liabilities are sundry creditors, outstanding expenses, bills payable and bank overdraft. Likewise, you have to identify the current assets. The current assets are investment, stock, debtors, prepaid expenditure, cash. Compute current ratio by using the following formula. The formula of current ratio is current assets by current liabilities. Then the current assets are investment, stock, debtors, prepaid expenditure, cash. Add all the items of current assets. Then total current asset is 1,30,000. In similar manner, identify current liabilities. The current liabilities are sundry creditors, outstanding expenditure, bills payable, bank overdraft. Add all the items of current liabilities. Then the total current liabilities is 65,000. Substitute the information in the given formula. Simplify it. Then the ratio is expressed in proportion. The current ratio is 2:1. The idle ratio is also 2:1. The calculated ratio is 2:1. So it shows that the current assets are quite enough to meet the liabilities and short-term liquidity position of the company is quite satisfactory. We will understand the computation of quick ratio. Quick ratio will indicate whether the concern will be in a position to pay its current liabilities without utilizing the stock and additional financing. And quick ratio will be calculated by using the following formula. The formula of quick ratio is quick assets by quick liabilities. Identify quick assets from the balance sheet. Investment, debtors, cash are quick assets. And you are excluding stock and prepaid expenses while calculating quick assets. Because stock and prepaid expenses will take time to convert into cash. So you are not taking stock and prepaid expenses while calculating quick assets. Identify quick liabilities. Sundry creditors, outstanding expenses, bills payable are quick liabilities. And you are excluding bank overdraft because it cannot be repaid within a short period of time. And quick assets are 79,000. Quick liability is 60,000. Substitute the information in the formula and simplify it. Quick ratio is 1.32:1 and idle ratio of quick ratio is 1 and calculated ratios are more than 1. So it shows that short-term liquidity position of the concern is very good. We will understand the calculation of capital structure ratios. Capital structure ratios are used to determine the long-term financial position of a concern. The debt equity ratio, proprietary ratio, interest coverage ratio, capital gearing ratios are few examples of capital structure ratios. So from the given data, we are required to calculate debt equity ratio and proprietary ratio. For the calculation of debt equity ratio, you are required to identify long-term debt and shareholder fund from the balance sheet. We will understand the calculation of debt equity ratio. The formula used for calculating debt equity ratio is long-term debt divided by shareholder fund. This ratio will explain the relationship between long-term debt and shareholder fund. Identify long-term debt from the balance sheet. See the liability side and list out the long-term debt. Only secured loan is available there. So long-term debt is 2,10,000. Identify shareholder fund. Equity capital and reserves and surplus are available. Total all the items of shareholder fund. Then the total shareholder fund is 3 lakhs. Substitute the information in the given formula. Simplify it. Then the debt equity ratio is 0.7. So this ratio will show you the amount of funds supplied by the outsider as well as the owners to the company. We will understand the calculation of proprietary ratio. This ratio will be determined to calculate the financial strength of the business, and it is calculated by using the following formula. Proprietary ratio equal to shareholder fund by total assets. Identify the total assets and shareholder funds from the balance sheet. Total assets employed in the business is 6 lakhs. Shareholder fund is 3 lakhs. Substitute the information in the given formula. Simplify it. Then the proprietary ratio is 0.5. We will understand the computation of profitability ratios. Profitability ratios will determine the efficiency of the business. The few are the examples of profitability ratios: gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, return on capital employed, and return on equity. From the available data, you are required to calculate gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and return on capital employed. Let us understand the computation of gross profit ratio and net profit ratio. Gross profit ratio and net profit ratio are profitability ratios based on sale. So the concerned profitability will be measured on the basis of sales made during the year. Let us see the calculation of gross profit ratio. Gross profit ratio will be calculated by using the following formula. Gross profit by sales into 100. Gross profit and sales information is given in P&L. Gross profit is 1,26,000. Sales is 9 lakhs. Simplify the information, and gross profit ratio is expressed in percentage because the quotient is multiplied by 100. Here the gross profit ratio is 14%. Let us see the calculation of net profit ratio. Net profit ratio is calculated by using the following formula. Net profit and sales information is given in P&L. Net profit is 60,000. Sales is 9 lakhs. Simplify the information. Then the net profit ratio is 6.7%. So all profitability ratios will be expressed in percentage because the quotient is multiplied by 100. Now we will discuss return on capital employed. Return on capital employed is a profitability ratios based on investment. Return on capital employed will measure the overall profitability of a concern, and it is computed by using the following formula. Net profit divided by capital employed into 100. So net profit is given in P&L. So net profit is 60,000, and list out the capital employed. From the available data, the capital employed is equity capital, reserve surplus, secured loans, and add all the items of capital employed. The capital employed is 5,10,000. Substitute the information in the given formula. 60,000 by 5,10,000 into 100. Simplify it. Then the ratio is expressed in percentage. 11.76 is return on capital employed. Thank you for watching this video.